Hey YouTube, and thank you for watching Junkworks DIY Garage. I have decided to go back and start revamping some of my older videos. A couple reasons. YouTube is really not paying well right now, and so that'll kind of give me some content that I can put up instead of putting new videos up 3 times a week, because I just can't keep up that kind of content and do the kind of videos I want to do. Without further ado, let's get to it. First things first, I already took and unhooked the battery. First, I'm going to pull the air filter out. Just a couple clips here. I believe that just pops up and kind of folds forward. And then you can get the air filter out. Get yourself a flat blade standard screwdriver. Loosen that hose clamp up. And twist this thing out of there. There goes that. And clean this out. And just take that, put it under there, and pry up on it. There we go. There's another one over here. Take that. Just pry up on it. And that should bring this whole box out without having to pull it apart. The air box here, the air filter box. I've decided that this is in my way, so if it's easy to get off and it's in my way, I'm going to take it off. Anyhow, and to get under here with a screwdriver would be next to impossible, even with a stubby. So I got my ratchet here, and I believe that's an 8mm. This is an 8mm. I cannot find my 8mm, so I got a 5/16. It's not that hard to get off, so it'll work even though it's a little big. And I'm just going to loosen that up and pull it off of there. And before you start ripping things apart here, you definitely have to unplug a couple wires here. Real simple. Just pull these tabs up. Pull them off. This is another one of those times on this top radiator hose where just kind of slowly, I don't know if you can see it, but surely I'm using a ratchet to loosen up this clamp, hose clamp here. So it's up underneath where the intake goes in at, so pain in the butt, but it's pretty easy. And first of all, I think I'm going to try and pop this little thing off and get it out of the way. It's a little tab that plugs in there, and then this wire here actually hooks to the wire on the back of the thermostat housing. Now for some reason on this, the front one, I'm having to use a deep well 13mm socket right here, and I'm going to have to use a 14mm on the back. I'm hoping I can do it without the deep well, at least for the top. There's a top nut, and I think there might be a bottom one that will probably take the deep well 13. Yep, that should work, deep well 13. So I'm going to pop that off of there. I kind of barely touched it and it actually popped right off. And a bunch of antifreeze came pooling out, which I kind of expected because it was sitting on top of there. Alright, I'll grab this out. There is your thermostat. Now with these, I highly recommend getting the fail-safe ones, because then they stay open instead of closed when you don't, that way if you don't overheat basically. Lucky here YouTube, they're exactly identical, including the fact that this is a Motorrad is what it says on there. This one also says Motorrad, although the box says Murray Ultra Thermostat Premium Quality. I'm sure it's all made by Motorrad and through the Murray name. Anyhow, so I can take this one and put it in, and take this one and they give me my money back, because this thing was overheating a little bit. Admittedly, it was probably from the water pump, but better safe than sorry. So I should be able to return my return the old one and get my money back, because they are forever warranted. If you ever have any problem with them, they will give you a new one for free. Ready to run out of battery, so make sure you get that in exactly the same way as it came out. Now these don't come with any kind of gasket. They have a gasket kind of around them. Some people do put sealant on them. These mating surfaces look really good, so I am not going to worry about it. I may regret that sometime in the future, but everything looks real clean. There's a gasket already around the thermostat, so that's it. Reverse order. Put the studs back in. Make sure the wires get plugged back in that you did. And both the studs were the same front and back. And then on top of the back one was the bigger nut that had the wire that was underneath it. So,
well, thanks for watching Junkworks DIY Garage, where I'm proud to say I'm a jack of all and master of none. You all have a good one.